Incoming transmission, all you biker mice from Mars. New music beaming across the galaxy. Are you ready? Because today we've got a brand new The Beam.
21st century retro. 80s, 90s, that's how we roll. Intergalactic retro TV. This is The Beam and this is The Beam.
This is The Beam now. It's The Beam, The Beam. I got my cue cards ready. I've got new music ready. I've got my vocal tricks ready. I can go. I am Mike Mendoza. You are watching The Beam today. It is Wednesday, July 11th. I've got new music for you. I've got retro news for you. And I've got personal recommendations for you. I think we should just get started on today's countdown. Number 10 on today's Beam. Keyboard shortcut. Oh, look at that. Everything is so conveniently done by me. Convenient? Not really. I put a lot of work into this. Anyway, let's get into the track. Announcer voice, go! What kind of announcer voice? Sexy announcer voice. Because, much like Hoo-Ha, everybody loves a little Tupac. Go look up Hoo-Ha Tupac remix, it's pretty cool. Anyway, this new one came out 17 days ago on June 24th. It's a Summer Breeze remix, and it's ready to heat up your... All right, let's just get into it. Number 10 on The Beam.
I wanna stay, but I can't help from walking out. Let's throw it away. Just take my hand and understand. If you could see, I never planned to be a man. It just wasn't me. But now I'm searching for commitment in other arms. I wanna shelter you from harm. Don't be alarmed. Your attitude was the cause. You got me stressing. Soon as I open up the door with your jealous question, like where can I be? You're killing me with your jealousy. Now my ambitions to be free, I can't breathe. As soon as I leave, it's like I try. I hear you calling me to come back. I'm a sucker for love.
Number 10 on The Beam. Makes me cream in my pants, cause I had a wet dream. I'm the man. That's like the third or fourth reference to that this week. What's the deal? Anyway, let's keep going. Number 9. We're having a good time. I like to do a lot of crime. I'm a bad guy. Muy high, high, high. Number 9 on today's The Beam by a band called New Digital Fidelity. The track Tape 002. Where's Tape 0? Have you heard 01? Anyway, they've only got SoundCloud followers numbering 41. So go listen to all the tapes, however many there are. And I hope there are new tapes coming out in the future. Today's number 9 on The Beam. I like that track, don't you? Innit? I like it. It's real spacey, innit? It takes you away to space, which is perfect for beaming out across the galaxy. Look at my hand, ready to do volume up, down, up, down. It's fun. We're having a good time. It's The Beam. Let's get to numero 8 on The Beam. It's by a group called Dancinatra. And it's a sexy jam. I think it's really cool, modern 21st century retro. They take the spirit of R&B and soul. I can feel the nostalgia up and down the core of this track, and that's why it's number 8 on today's The Beam.
Should've ran a long time ago. You became a long time ago. And now I'm
lovely little track was by Dancinatra. Put the art back up there for you. Dancinatra, Ran, featuring Patrick. Just Patrick. Moving along on this sexy edition of the Beam. Is it sexy all the way through? I don't know. But number 7, that is a sexy number. Why? Because that's the official terrible segue of the episode. Let's move on to the next one. It is by a guy called Pixelorb. This track, it's very like computery. It makes me like, it's like Outrun, but it's also kind of emotional during these breakdowns. And then I feel like there's also hope in there. I feel like it could be like the soundtrack playing to when I'm reading a cool epic fantasy novel. Let's call this Fantasy Wave. I'm gonna call it number 7 on today's The Beam. It's Pixelorb with the Behavior of the Lonely Machine. It's so hopeful, but also sword and sorcery. It's like, shing, shing, shing. Why did I change my hand on the hilt anyway? I need a sword for that track. How about my dual double cowbells that I use during my Vox Populi podcast? They extend, one goes into the other, but they also act as a handy sword when you need to do Final Fantasy swordplay. Anyway, this was brought to you by Square Enix. Final Fantasy, go play Final Fantasy. Number 6 on the mix, in the mix, it's Radikal Rat. I like this track so much. First of all, I like the name, Radikal Rat. Radikal Rat, I just love it. It's radical, I like rats, there's a K in there, which means, you know, they're cool. And also, the artwork is very cool. It reminds me of, like, Reboot. What's going on here? Oh, my computer's being taken over by mainframe. Mainframe's under attack. What's the guy's name? Megabyte. And he's like, hello, everyone. I'm the distinguished bad man of Reboot. And everyone's like, oh, no. Anyway, this one looks like hexadecimal hacked mainframe. And that's what it looks like to me, and I think it's very cool. Warning, incoming game. Warning, incoming girl. Right, because the mainframe just melted because of the heat. This is number 6 on the Beam. Booyakasha dream. And everyone you know I like to play it on the beam. And everyone you know I like to have a little cream in my jeans when I'm sleeping. They call it a wet dream. All week long. I can't not. What? By the way, that was number 6 on today's The Beam. Radikal Rat. I love that name. At Mr. Chow's. I love it. It's a really good song. How about next up, we get to our number Cinco in the Minco. In the Minco, that's ridiculous. Cinco and El Sábado Domingo con Don, what's his name? Don Fernando. No. Francisco. What kind of TV is this? Anyway, I got some new music for you from 2 years ago, but the news is that it's new. This came out April 25th on the Atlas album by Mr. FM84. I'll just shut up and play the artwork because the artwork is really cool. I'll play the artwork for you. He's got new news for you. Check out, take a look at this. Zoom in if you can. I'm not telling anyone to zoom in, just saying if you want to zoom in with your keyboard, just do it. Tickets go on sale. He's doing live shows. Look at the dates. Brooklyn, Toronto. Oh, Andy Lass. Maybe Andy Lass has to go see him on the Beyond Synth podcast. And Chicago, Illinois, and Texas in Dallas. If there were anyone worse at reading dates than me, call them up because we're having a competition right now to see who can. So anyway, the track is a wonderful track. It's called Arcade Summer. It's number 5 on today's The Beam. We're halfway through the countdown. It's number 6 on the Atlas album there. But I think we should just shut up and listen to it. It's so good. Let's just listen to it. Number 5 on today's The Beam. The problem is that the word is beam. I understand why I keep rhyming cream in the dreams, cream in the wet, because it's beam. Maybe I should change the show to countdown. Let's go downtown, listen to the countdown. FM 84, I don't apologize for singing on your song, but it's okay for me to sing on the beam. Nope, not gonna go there, not gonna do it, you know what I mean. All right, number 4 on the countdown. That song is so much fun, it's perfect for the summertime. And speaking of the summertime, this is fun too. Second terrible segue of the episode. Okay, 23 hours ago from July 10th, this is Guy Tallo. The track is fun. It's like a modern mix of modern Italo with 70s Italo disco. It's all sorts of cool. I think it's really cool. I know I fall into the Venn diagram of those two parameters, electro and Italo. But anyway, let me not waste any more time. It's just a good example of good music, good chords, easy to get into if you were at a party. And if this came on, you'd be like, oh my god, this is great. It's good stuff. And that's why it's number 4 on today's The Beam. You know, I like it. It's Italo Disco when I put it on my show at number 4 on The Beam. Now, Number 3. Number 350 on the beam. Speaking of Italo Disco, it's my main man, Maya. Now, Maya's really badass. She has been producing Synthwave for a few years. It's really, really good stuff. She put an album, Machine on Heels, actually 4 tracks, EP. This is the eponymous Machine on Heels. It just came out 2 days ago, and let me stop talking because it's just so good. We're in the top 3. Maya, you're getting the bronze medal for today. In no particular order, but we'll give you a medal anyway. I like this track a lot, and it's Tallo Disco, but it's fun. It's Machine on Heels, number 3 on today's The Beam. Maya, she's flying so higher. She's better than the rest. She is unique and outlier. What do you think of those lines? I wrote that while the song was on, right now. It inspires such musical genius as things that I come up with. I can't talk at all. All right, number 2 on the beam. It is a cool track. Oh, it's a personal recommendation track. This is what I was talking about at the intro of the show. Okay, it's a really cool guy named Clone 3. Clone 3. I don't know where he came from, but my boy, Ross from Detroit, that's right, Mr. Phaserland himself, all right, none other than friend to the show, friend to the Retro Promenade Galaxy, also king of the Detroit synth. He wants you to listen to Clone 3. He wants you to get to know Clone 3. He wants you to know that Clone 3 is an underrated Swedish gem and wants all of us to do our parts to make him famous. Well, with music like this that you're listening to it, listen to it. It's fantastic. It's no wonder that I'm writing such awesome copy for this. I wrote that in there. This shit is bananas. R-E-T-R-O, bananas. And that's why, Clone 3, you're standing tall at numero dos on today's El Bimo. That's Clone 3, not 4, not 5, but 3. How do you like it? Personal recommendation by Phaserland himself. Let's make this guy famous. And let's get on to our numero uno track of El Bimo. Tous les jours. No, that's every day. I'm also mixing French with Spanish. How do you say day in Jour. How do you say day in French? Or no, Spanish. Spanish. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep moving on. This, the artist is Sung. The music is glorious. I think it's freaking fantastic. Fantastic. It's Frandresh-tastic, and everyone should listen to this. Especially all you nannies from Queens. June 29, 2018, 12 days ago, I say, whoa, dude. More like, whoa, dude. I'm like, whoa, dude, right? Because this song is just so cool. It makes me feel so good. I think I lost my copy here. I'm losing all my faculties. Well, who the hell is Sung? I don't know, but he's a great producer. That's who. This track is clubby, it's trancey, it's retro, and it's modern. It's simply that great, and it's a great track, and that's why it's numero uno. It sounds fantastic. I might play the whole thing on this week's Vox Populi on Thursday. Man, this track is great, and it's number 1 on today's The Beam. Song is a good sound. Anyone can do a synthwave, synth sweep with your mouth. Just go. The trick is to say it to things. I would like my burger with extra tomatoes. And I would like my show with extra listeners or viewers. Another terrible segue brought to you by me. Hoo-ha! With the booyah, bringing it straight to ya. That is Sung Afterlife Club. Oh, and right, let's just count down through all of the things on today's The Beam. We've got, what is it? Tupac, we've got Astronaut, we've got Beach Person, we've got Robot Eye, we got Reboot, we've got Sunman, we got Gandalf, we got more Reboot people. We got a cool personal recommendation. I'm not gonna joke around, this guy is pretty cool. But this guy, Sung, we've got Pyramids, and we've got the end of the show, and I've got to tell you to come back tomorrow for an all brand new The Beam. It'll be a Thursday show, so it's going to be earlier because afterward I'm going to do a live stream of Vox Populi. If this show is all the work, you know, it takes about, I think, 2.5 hours to 3 hours a day, not including showtime, and not including all the tagging on Facebook that I have to do, which is a lot of work. The Beam, Vox Populi. It's part of Totally Tubular Thursdays, and Andy Synth always calls in. We have a brand new Double Treble by Diamond Field. We get down with our patrons like Buenunkayahon. Speaking of patrons, go to patreon.com/Retro Promenade. I had the opportunity to say that right for the very first time, and I joked about it. And anyway, go become a patron on Patreon, and you can recommend songs, and I'll give me money, and then I'll play the songs. That's how the modern economy works in 2018. Does it? I don't know, but I hope you come back tomorrow for a brand new show, for a brand new The Beam. It'll be Thursday, and I still don't have a catchphrase. but I do have this cool graphic. So without further ado, bye-bye to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.